Hi, it's David Graham here. And what I wanted to do in this short video was just share some of my experiences and thoughts around why I use PRISM. So why do I use it? What I found with my clients, and in particular, especially when I'm dealing with sales leaders, I find it's a great starting point to understand what their behavioral preferences look like. Everyone's got a view of what they're like, how they act. But what I found the PRISM reporting allows you to do is really get a good understanding of what it is. And as we all know, working with the brain, people's behavioral preference, it's a very complex subject to kind of delve into. But what I found, the PRISM, and in particular, the output of PRISM in the reports, it provides a very sort of easy to understand but structured approach. When we look at the underlying behavior, that's got different preferences. It's just a fantastic way of visualizing it and getting people to start to understand kind of how they act, why they act in the way that they do, which has been very, very enlightening for people. It does sort of open their minds and open the communication channels to them in terms of are they a little bit more receptive to change. So that's kind of really what I really love about it. The benefits of using it, what I have found again is, it's, as I said before, a great starting point. People do open up and it really starts to highlight or help both me and the person that I'm kind of engaging or coaching with. It really starts to understand where their strengths are and the development areas. It just makes it really crystal clear. And it does give a bit of a kind of benchmark, line in the sand, whatever you want to say, as a starting point. And you can keep going back to that just to say, look, this is why we're focusing on it. Look at the improvements that we kind of make. So it's very practical. It's very applicable for people. People get to understand it, visualize a little bit more about their behavioral preferences. And what I wanted to share, unashamedly, a plug here, is it's been so very beneficial, so impactful. I've just launched a sales leadership program, which consists of 10 modules. There will be a link provided. But the fundamental foundation of that, or a key cornerstone, is that people actually do a PRISM profile and they actually get a one-to-one session in terms of feedback to understand that. But that we do that right at the very beginning to understand their preferences, but they also get to understand where their strengths are, but the areas for development, which then leads into we're able to kind of tap into the different leadership styles PRISM's aligns to, which is just an amazing insight as to how that works, which is why it's been so heavily incorporated into this sales leadership program that we've put together. So if you're not a convert, I would seriously consider, first of all, why not? Have a look at it. It does provide a lot of detail, in-depth detail, but as I said earlier, in a practical, visual way that allows people to start to understand their behavioral preferences, why they act the way that they do, and possibly why they're recoiling from certain aspects, kind of why they're kind of breathing in and they're not maybe achieving some of the things that they really could do. Hope you find it kind of helpful, useful, insightful, and do have a look at this sales leadership program that I've launched. There's quite a lot of detail around that, but maybe it'll give you a little bit more idea or insight into how useful, helpful PRISM can be. Thank you.